Hello everyone, welcome again to Fitness to Fulfillment channel, and today we are drifting a little bit from fitness and going towards fulfillment. So as a part of fulfillment, I'm going to talk about my favorite book, which is Atomic Habits. So I'm going to review this book in this video. So during this review, we will look at what this book is all about and why have I started reading this book. Number 2 is some of the statistics of this book. Number 3 is what are those my favorite 5 key lessons from this book. And number 4 is a recommendation about who shall read this book. So without any delay, let's get started. Okay, so why did I start to read this book? Back in 2020, during the COVID times, I had a lot of time in my hands. And that's where I used to jot down all the tasks that I had to do during that day, and I used to try to complete them. After doing it for multiple days, I found out that I could only be able to do 20 to 30% of those tasks. And that's where I found that it is my habits which makes me not complete those tasks. And I started reading more about it, how to improve the habits and everything. I found from many of the great influencers that there is a book called Atomic Habits which can help me. And that did help me. So what Atomic Habit will tell you? Atomic Habits will tell you first is that why a specific habit is formed. Number 2, it will tell is that how to change or how to make a new habit. And number 3, which is the most difficult part, is how to implement that habit practically. Atomic Habits is written by an author called James Clear, who is an American author. He is also a speaker at many companies, and he was also a former weightlifter and baseball player. So this book was published in year 2018, and I would say the examples that are given in this book are quite relevant for this generation because this is a relatively new book. Thirdly, it has got total 320 pages. So if you read for about 30 to 45 minutes and if your reading speed is 20 pages in that, then you could be able to finish this book in 16 to 20 days, which is what average I could be able to do. Okay, so now let's talk about my favorite 5 lessons from this book. Lesson number 1, your environment matters. Unfortunately, the environment that we live in often makes it easy to not take certain action because the cues to trigger those behaviors are not there. For example, if you want to read a book and that book is kept in a bookshelf which is in the corner of the guest room, you're definitely not going to read that book. Secondly, I would like to take an example from my life. I always wanted to take the omega-3 supplements in my schedule, but I could not able to do that because I have kept those pills in the corner of the shelf because it's not visible to me. Now, in order to make it visible and accessible, you need to keep it in your sight. Lesson number 2, watch your company of people. One of the most effective ways to build a better habit is to join the culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior of the tribe. The normal behavior of the tribe almost always overpowers the desired behavior of an individual. For example, now if you want to become healthy, you need to associate yourself with the health-seeking persons. You cannot associate yourself with the unhealthy people who eat unhealthy, who drink unhealthy, because their normal behavior is to stay unhealthy, which will overpower your desired behavior of staying healthy. That's why I always make a lot of friends in the gym. Lesson number 3, friction can make or break your habit. One of the most effective way of reducing the friction associated with your habit is to practice the environment design. For example, if you want to go to the gym, and if the gym is on the way to your work, then you can definitely stop by and go to the gym because stopping by would have a less friction. Similarly, friction can also act as important to break a particular habit. For example, if you want to break the cell phone addiction, especially when you're studying or eating or you're talking to someone, then you can keep your cell phone either in the back, which will make it invisible, or you can keep the cell phone in another room, which will make it inaccessible to increase the friction. Lesson number 4, less is better than nothing. It is always better to do less than what you hoped for than to do nothing at all. For example, you always usually take 30 to 45 minutes in the gym, but today you have only 20 minutes. So what? You should still go to the gym because it's a habit. Once you break that habit, it would be a bit difficult to come back on track. You go to the gym, rather than doing say 4 exercises, you do only 2 of them. And that's how you compensate. Lesson number 5, challenge your brain optimally. The human brain loves a challenge. but only if it is within an optimal zone of difficulty. A flow state is the experience of being in the zone and fully immersed in an activity. And to achieve a state of flow, a task must be roughly 4% beyond your current ability. For example, if you want to wake up at 6 o'clock, but right now you're waking up at 7 o'clock. So suddenly from day 2, you cannot wake up at 6 o'clock. You need to go part by part. For example, start with 6:45 first. Follow that for 1 week. Then go to 6:30. Follow that for 1 week. Then go to 6:15. Follow that for 1 week. And then go to 6. That's how you could optimally make it a bit challenging and also not very difficult. I would recommend everyone who is watching this video to read the book if you're not read already, especially the ones who are struggling a bit to complete their resolutions or goals, or even if those people who would like to improve their current state. Now, I would say the lessons that you will learn from this book can be applicable everywhere, be it family, be it work, be it health, or even social life. Because the most important thing that it gives is the time. Because discipline can give you time, and discipline is formed with habits. So in conclusion, I would say if you're not read this book, then please read or do give it a read, because it has helped me a lot in my life. And do let me know in the comment box, out of those 5 lessons that I talked about, which is your most favorite lesson. And do let me know if you like this video. You can hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you would like to watch more videos on fitness and fulfilling life. See you in the next video, and until then, live a healthy and fulfilling life.